Hey, what's up, guys? And this is What If Naruto Was Broken Part 7. So, last time we left off with Naruto, he's not in the village no more. He said goodbye. He left. He said adios. He said, I'm never coming back. Yeah, basically, that's what he said. He said bye. He didn't come back. I don't know if I'm gonna make him come back ever. Actually, so. So, we start this video off. Actually, how Naruto disappeared. Pretty sure some people had questions on that, even though not many people have watched that video yet. Basically, flashback. It's like right before he passed out, before Haku battle. He placed a seal, teleporting seal, like where he could teleport anytime he wanted to. So he made a seal to where he can teleport to it. So basically, he's in the he's like around Tazna's house, and he just hangs with Tazna for like a week. And basically, throughout this week, Naruto, he's been training with Tasuna's son because he remembers Tasuna's son ended up changing his mind and trying to become a ninja to help a shinobi to help his village. So Naruto, he teaches him the Shadow Clone. He teaches him Kenjutsu, and then apparently this kid had Earth Style and Fire Style. So he taught him Fire Style Fireball Jutsu and Earth Style Earth Spike Jutsu. And then he has to leave. And basically he finds this village like a little bit across the border from Leaf. And he basically stays there. He thinks it's a pretty good village. They don't really have many shinobi because they're like a small village, really. And honestly, they don't really do much. They do have a couple of mercenaries. And Naruto think this is perfect because he can take some mercenary jobs, just chill back, and so he takes a mercenary job, and it has to be in a leaf. And this is like 2 weeks later, so Suki sees the Chunin. Sasuke, he left the village already. Kiba's Chunin, Nada's Chunin. Sakura somehow became a Chunin. Kiba's Chunin. Oh, Shino's Chunin. God. Shikamaru's Jonin. Neji's Jonin. Lee's a Chunin. Tenzin's a Chunin. And then, yeah, that's it. Pretty sure. Okay, Choji, he's Chunin. Ino's still a Guinea. She doesn't really deserve the rank Chunin. Even though their team found where they were, if they feel like the person didn't deserve it, they didn't give it to him. So basically, he goes to Leaf, and apparently Haku had a kid. She had a kid, just nobody knew. The kid was. She actually hid the kid because it was an Uchiha, and she didn't want the kid to be killed. So after, cause the Uchiha massacre and stuff. So the kid's about, I'm gonna say 10 about now. No, we're gonna say she's 13. No, yeah, 10. She's about 10 years old. And Naruto, he's 14. Yep, Naruto's 14. So they're he goes to leave, and it was basically a assassinate. And Uncle, she left the kid because Uncle, we're gonna say she joined some organization. Like she was forced by Orochimaru to join an organization, and now she's a bad guy. And she left her kid there, and her kid is hated, like bullied by everybody for no reason. She actually nothing wrong with her. She really doesn't have any soul beats or anything. She's just hated for no reason. And Naruto, he when he's trying to find the person he's supposed to assassinate, sorry, he's actually supposed to assassinate Sakura's mom. She's a part of the civilian council, and recently became a part of the Shinobi Council because apparently the hard nosed had a Kekkei. It's basically like they can scream so loud it can like do things to you and it can hurt you. So just we can leave it at that because it's really useless. Just like the hard no kind, useless. So they Naruto he sees Uncle's kid. We're gonna say her name is Inko, and Inko Uchiha, and she knows she's a Uchiha, but she just never told nobody because she knows about the Uchiha massacre and how Danzo will probably get her killed if he finds out. And Naruto he sees these people, and all the villagers hate her too. Like it's not just the kids, the bulliers, the grown-ups, the shinobi, and the council for no reason. So Naruto he saves her from the bullies. Like somebody was gonna stab her, and he saw this, and he pulls out his katana and cuts the kid's arm off, and then kills the other two kids, and asks why they were bullying her, and they say they didn't have a reason, but she's a freak. So Naruto cut his head off, and she thanked him, but Naruto thought she would be scared since he killed 3 kids, but she wasn't, and she was planning on leaving, and she said she asked him. Actually, Naruto he looked different because he didn't want people to know it was him. So now Naruto he has all black hair. He has a red hoodie. No, he has a red hoodie. He has a white hoodie, a red cloak. Like yeah, like Sasuke's cloak and Barto's, but it's red. Red hoodie under that. No, he has a Sasuke's cape, a fishnet t-shirt, jet black hair. He didn't wear a headband anymore, and he wore black pants. So she asked Naruto can she come with him, and he said no. He doesn't even know her. And so actually we're gonna say she's not 10. She's actually 13. She's only 1 year younger than Naruto. So we're gonna say Naruto never actually got to know much about the Akatsuki in this because he never really was. Actually, he was actually close to him. No, I don't think he was close. Did he ever meet Jiraiya? Well, he did meet Jiraiya. I'm pretty sure he already learned the Rasengan and everything. So, Naruto, he's close with Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's like a grandfather to him. But he had to leave, and Jiraiya, he's been looking everywhere for Naruto. Because Jiraiya cares about Naruto too, just as much, probably even more than Naruto cares about him. And so she says that nobody in the village actually cares about her, and she had no friends, and he saved her life out of nowhere, and he doesn't even know her. But these people who've known her all her life and bully her and torment her every day. So Naruto, he doesn't like really. He says no again, and he leaves. And and she Inko follows Naruto and doesn't leave him alone because see that's the only person that actually ever tried to help her ever in her life. And Naruto, he heads towards Sakura's house because he knew where Sakura lived. So he kills Sakura's mom. Like he just body flickers in there, stabs her right through the chest, and cut her dad's head off because he was there and there couldn't be no witnesses. And Sakura was actually on a mission. That didn't matter. It was a pretty easy mission, and she was gonna be home soon, but she just wasn't home then. This was their downfall. And Naruto leaves, and he sees the girl again, and he says, "Come on, just come on." And he he they go, they leave, they dip out of the village, and she asks Naruto what if they're caught leaving. So they leave, and he says she doesn't have to worry about that because they won't. If they can't catch him, if they can't see him, and they leave basically, and they just vanish, and she doesn't even know what happened. She just ends up in Naruto's house that he has in that little village. What should this village name be? We're gonna call it the Inoki village. Yeah. Yeah. I got good plans for this village. Okay. And I don't actually think it's gonna be a Suki Naruto ship anymore. You know? I feel like Suki's just gonna be Naruto's rival, actually. I don't think there's gonna be that ship anymore. Probably already know what the ship is. But Inko actually tells actually tells Naruto her backstory, her full name, and we're gonna say Inko already has the two Tomo Sharingan. We're gonna say that she unlocked it when her mom left, and she unlocked the second Tomo when she was getting bullied one day, and she is almost gonna be killed, and then she killed the person that was gonna kill her by accidentally by unlocking the second Tomo. And Naruto thinks this is gonna be a good training partner actually. And Naruto, he only has a one bedroom house. So they go to sleep, and she asks where she's gonna sleep. And he says in the room, of course. And she asks where he's gonna sleep because there's only one room. And he said on the couch, it's okay. And then she tries to refuse, because she thinks that she's intruding on him, so she used to sleep on the couch. But Naruto, he just goes to sleep and doesn't feel like actually arguing with her about who's gonna sleep on the couch. So we start they start the next day, and Naruto said if she's gonna have to hang with him, she's gonna have to be strong. So he's gonna train her. And Naruto, he asked what's her styles that she can use. And she says fire and lightning, which is not surprising because she's an Uchiha. So her and Naruto go out and he teaches her the fireball jutsu. No, she already knows the fireball jutsu, the great fireball jutsu, and the phoenix flower jutsu. So he teaches her this move that his friend, used to use, aka the fire style fire slash jutsu. When she learns it, she actually perfects it with ease. And Naruto thinks this would be a good time to teach her the combo. So they tell she learns it actually within like 3 days, and then she tells she learns it with ease. So she just learned. They well, the combo was sorry for stuttering. She told them what they're gonna learn, and they were learning the lava style. I mean the fire. No, not the fire style. Lava style earth melting slash combo. So she's confused where Naruto even got the idea from this is from. Well, and she learns that he used to have a friend in the village named Suki, and she betrayed him, and they basically told each other their full backstory. But Naruto left out the part about his parents dying, and they basically just hang out with for like 2 days and basically get some food, and they train again for another week. Naruto actually finds the summoning contract. It's what contract was I planning to have ever have? It was the Fox contract. You're just gonna say it was a Fox contract? No, it wasn't Fox. It was the rabbit contract. Basically, she can summon rabbits. I don't really got a backstory for that one. It's just they're really fast and their feet are really strong, and their like legs are more flexible than regular rabbits. Like, cause regular rabbits' legs are like just bend, and like you can't really move them forward like all the way and like that, or their legs are probably gonna break. But this rabbit's different. So he teaches her this summoning, and basically these rabbits can shrink and grow too, just like his bear summoning. So he teaches her, and she masters it within like 2 days. And Naruto's starting to get that she's a prodigy. Like, she might not realize it, but she's a prodigy, and she learns really quick. So Naruto thinks that they should take a break for a while. And while they were taking a break, it's like been a week, and they really haven't done any training, super training. They like train with Kenjutsu, and like with every other day, but not really intense. So Naruto, he learns about this group called the Akatsuki, like, and he like knows that Itachi and Kisame were a part of the Akatsuki, and they tried to kidnap him, but he didn't really know why, and he just thinks it might have been like something happened that they like thought he did, but he really didn't. So he joins the Akatsuki, and he asks, "Does she want to be a part of it?" And she doesn't have to. She didn't want to. It's like an organization that tries to take all the Tobis, and he knows that he's a Tobis, and they don't. They tell him what it is, and he knows that he's a Tobis, but and he just told him that if he really needed to, he'll just give them his Tobis. And then like Toby sees that, thinks that Naruto's loyal, and tells him that they didn't really need the all the Tobis, like all the nine tails, and they can just take like a little bit of his chakra. And they tell Naruto this, and he's cool with it because he really don't need the full nine tails. Like they can take a part of it. It's not that big part anyway. So him and um, Orochimaru's already left the Akatsuki by now, but he actually, they gave him the assignment to show his loyalty to the Akatsuki, and his partner is basically probably gonna be somebody he's gonna meet soon. He's like, he's gonna be some. He's gonna join like Orochimaru. Like he's not actually gonna join Orochimaru. Orochimaru's gonna think he is. So Orochimaru, he knows about him and Sasuke and their relationship, and Sasuke was actually trying to find Naruto too, because like Sasuke actually cared about Naruto, like he thought of him as an actual friend. So once Naruto left, it affected Sasuke, and he wanted to find Naruto. He knows this because told he told Orochimaru that he wants to get his friend back, and he knows who this friend is. So he doesn't actually let them actually come into contact with each other, but he doesn't actually give Naruto the crush mark, but he does do tests on him, but he doesn't allow Inko to do this with him because he knows that there's not a guarantee that he'll survive these tests. So she basically listens to him because she knows if there's not a guarantee that he'll survive, then there's no way that she will, because he's way stronger than her. So he basically gets tested on, and Orochimaru gives him the special ability, and like that he's been wanting to test out on somebody, and it's basically like you can call it like dark chakra or whatever, and I like to call it. I got this idea from that one week. You probably know what it is, and it was it's anti-chakra, anti-chakra, aka anti-chakra. It basically he before like, and the bear knows what this is, cause and he knows if Naruto gains this ability that he won't be able to summon him anymore. So he said his final goodbyes, Naruto says goodbye to him, but he doesn't know why. But he still says it because he said it, and something important might be happening. So this anti-chakra basically gives him the ability to basically block any, like if he uses his anti-chakra against any real chakra move, it'll basically like disappear, like dissipate. It will erase the move altogether. And he can basically like erase or like just make somebody's chakra go away for like a second, or he can like erase that chakra that he just took away forever and it'll never come back. And he can't use chakra anymore, so he can't walk on water. He can't actually can't walk on water. He can't walk, tree climb, whatever. He can't use jutsu. Well, he is gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way how to make him use jutsu. Basically, he can use jutsu, but he gotta like do the hand signs in reverse. So it's like basically reverse of the jutsu. And so he was still like in the fireball jutsu. It will be more like it will still be a big ball of it will be a big ball of anti chakra. And the anti chakra, no matter how you use it, it will be black. No matter what, it will be black. So Naruto he meets Sugetsu, and Sugetsu actually second kin to him. Like he's kind of started to like him because Naruto he's pretty good dude, and they actually start to become friends slowly but surely. And Naruto starts to think that it's time for him to take down Orochimaru. So he calls and he told Sugetsu that he'll eventually get Sugetsu out of there and they can like join forces and like work as a team. And Sugetsu actually accept this because they're basically like they're homies now, like pretty close. So him like he calls Pain, like does a jutsu or reverse jutsu to call Pain. It basically he finds out where Orochimaru is and they attack him. He came and Kakuzu, and he brought Itachi just in case. But he's the backup, and Tachi and Hidan go in there and find Orochimaru and kill, quote unquote, kill him. So Naruto he leaves, and Inko isn't really a full member of the Akatsuki. She's like not a part of the main members. Like Naruto, he's a main member. The rest of them, they're main members, but Inko isn't. And Naruto, since he doesn't have a partner, him and Sugetsu become partners. So they leave the base, him and Sugetsu together. And he met Joe, whatever his name is, and Karin, but he honestly thinks Karin's annoying and piece of dog water. And he doesn't really like Karin. And other dude, he thinks he's too crazy, and that he wouldn't really be any help to his cause. It'll actually just make it harder than it originally was. So they leave and they get their first mission to capture a Jinchuriki. And about now it's the beginning of Shippuden. So yeah, like that time between Orochimaru and them killing Orochimaru and him leaving took about like 3 years. So he's since he was 14 then when he first left, he's 17 now, and Inko is 16. So their goal is to take out the one tails. And Naruto, he thinks he's powerful enough to the point where he don't really need to hide, so he keeps the fit that he got on, the red. Instead of it being red, it's black now. The black cloak that Sasuke had in Boruto, a fishnet t-shirt under, and black pants. And Naruto, he kind of has emotions. Like he actually feels towards Inka, like he wants to protect her. He actually cares for her, and he's actually has a pretty good life. He thinks he might stay with the Akatsuki because he's actually starting to warm up to the Akatsuki, and he was gonna eventually betray them and like take advantage of them, but he's starting to make friends with everybody. Like Pain, he's actually starting to get close to Pain, and he learned his backstory and how they were kind of similar, like with their parents getting killed in front of them, and being betrayed by somebody they technically trusted. And he's like close friends with Nagato, and he's actually met the real Pain, like Nagato. He's actually met Nagato. He thinks he's pretty close with Toby too. Like he thinks Toby's funny, and he pretty close with Toby, and he's cool with Datara because he actually likes Datara's art and agrees with Datara how his explosions are real art. And he's learned some special jutsu with his anti-chakra since he can't use real chakra anymore. He thinks he should just actually make some jutsu. So scratch all the jutsu that he had before. He doesn't use those anymore because anti chakra. So it's like anti chakra. I'm gonna say he can just manifest it in like how you need hand seals for jutsu. You don't actually need hand seals for anti chakra jutsu, and he has this ability where he makes a little ball of anti chakra, and he like crushes it in his hand, and it spreads all over his hand. If he punches you, he can take away all the chakra like in the center of your stomach. Well, he actually is in that move. It actually makes it spread over all over through your body, and it's like can't go in like the middle where it's usually concentrated at, and that it actually hurts, and it makes it stronger. So that's one of the ones he has. It's a big anti-chakra ball he made. It's basically like a fireball. It's like the size of a great fireball, and if you get hit by it, and it like consumes you, and it'll erase all your chakra like permanently, and you'll drop dead. So, and he has anti-chakra blade where he like basically like it's basically like lightning blade with anti-chakra, and if he cuts you with it, he can like if he usually puts his hand in like something with it, and it like sucks the chakra. And he actually switches up his weapons. He doesn't really use um, shurikens and stuff like that anymore. He uses like little pebbles and like this bouncy ball that he found, and he can like control the anti-chakra and make it go as fast and as slow as he wants. So he usually uses rocks and make them like little pebbles and like make them go really fast to a point where it can go through you. And the ball, he he uses that when like he's out of weapons, and that's if you see him use that, you're probably not gonna survive. You're probably not gonna see the end of that day. Honestly, to be honest with you. So and he has different abilities with his anti chakra, but those are the like three basic jutsus that he mostly uses in the weapons, basically. So basically, the first one that they had to, the first tail beast that they went after was uh, Gara, and Gara, he like in Naruto, he said he doesn't think he has to hide himself anymore from the Leaf Ninja because he thinks he's strong enough to take him on. So he washes all the dye in his hair, and his hair is yellow. And he wore dark red contacts, but now he took him out and he has bright blue. So Naruto, he looks like he what did before, but just with the fit that he has now. And Inko, she likes Naruto, and she's got really stronger. Like she has the three tomo, the master three tomoe Sharingan, the potential of awakening Mangekyo, and she has like majestic destroy flame, all those good fire style jutsus. And apparently she had an extra Kekkei Genkai. It was poison release, and basically she can use poison. Like if she touches you with it, you're poisoned, and like you can die within like 13 hours. And her poison is really powerful, so you'll probably die within like 5 hours if she uses her most powerful poison. You'll probably die within like an hour. So you, she's stronger in lightning style. She knows like lightning blade. Like Naruto basically taught her it after learning it with his anti chakra. He taught her it with her lightning style since that's how originally it is. And now she knows lightning blade. She knows lightning cloak. She knows lightning dragon. It's not exactly like Kari, but basically it's like a nerf version of Kari. So she has those lightning jutsus. She has lightning spear, and she has lightning bullet, and she has lightning wrath. So those are all the lightning styles that she has, and they basically go Naruto Sugetsu go and get Shikaku, but the reason why, and they finally found out the reason why they bullied Inko, it was because when she was born, she almost killed the Hokage and plenty other people with accidentally releasing a huge wave of her Kekkei Genkai poison release, and everybody hated her for it. So she just she didn't she still didn't forgive them though, even though she knew what she did and how they could have technically got mad at her and they had a decent reason. She still was mad at them and didn't come back. And they go, and Inko actually insists to go this time, so they let her. And Sugetsu and Naruto aren't really friends anymore. They're brothers. They're as close as you can get, honestly. And they're basically like family. And Inko, she has a crush on Naruto. And Naruto, he does like her like that, but He just doesn't notice because he never has before, besides Suki, but he doesn't like Suki no more. And Suki, she still likes Naruto, and she's only been able to think about Naruto and how she feels it's her fault that Naruto and Sasuke left. So Sasuke doesn't be with Orochimaru anymore because Orochimaru technically was killed 3 years ago. Well, not that long ago. So he just wanders, and he actually gathering up a team to work with because he realizes if he's just by himself, he's not going to be able to accomplish much. But that's where we're going to leave it off. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss when I upload another video.